See what
Oh,
happened, MGA? Like, see, MGA took away the Rainbow High quality, and now you're switching out your shelves to Barbie. I know.
um,
See, they lost someone. They lost somebody right
You
there.
yeah.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Out of the Box. Of course, you have myself, Elvira, Johnny, and Chloe, but we have somebody new today. We have Matt, also known as the Doll from Instagram, Barbie enthusiast, doll collector, artist of the Doll Awards logo, which we greatly appreciate. And we're so excited today to sit down and talk and chat with them about dolls. So, how are you doing, Matt? Thank you so much for being here. Are you excited to be one of our guests on the podcast?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I had to throw on a Barbie cowboy hat because y'all were wearing pink and making me look bad. So I have a whole little Western Barbie thing happening right now.
See, we're just the extra Barbies. You're the main Barbie. You're the Western Barbie, or like
Ah,
the key Barbie, you
mhm.
know?
I am not an extra Barbie. Just-
You don't want to be a Barbie extra?
Yeah.
Are you a fashionista?
I'm a Rainbow High.
Oh,
Ah, why is he here? Why is she here?
Exiled.
cut the cameras. Cut the cameras.
Yeah.
You just get up and just walk off screen. No, I'm just-
I,
I've
just like
had it.
intense. I'm like,
That was
Oh,
my
yeah.
intro.
The drama. I don't think I could go on. I need a moment.
I didn't know
I
that I
need
was
a
going to be
moment.
assaulted as soon as I got on here, but okay.
That's why we bring
see what
people
happens,
here.
everybody. You know, this is the real. This is the non blooper reel. This is the real thing. You know. But
Very much
one thing as
that.
doll collectors, I feel like all of us have always gotten this question. I mean, I know I personally have, is what got you into doll collecting? Like, what was it something through your family? Did you happen to walk down the doll one day and you're like, I like that? So what got you into doll collecting?
Well, I had dolls when I was a little kid. My mom was really good about letting me have dolls. She didn't really see a problem with it early
Right.
on. So, what started me, my very first doll ever was a Pocahontas doll from like, I don't know, like the early 2000s or whatever. And she was actually my sister's doll. My sister loves Pocahontas, and I basically always would steal that doll from her, and it would always be like in my stroller or whatever. And eventually I stole it from her so many times and messed it up so much that she just had to give it to me. And my mom bought her a new one.
Aw.
Like she was pretty raggedy. Like her hair was in clumps because I would like carry her around by her hair. And yeah, so
So
that's
she was
kind of what
well
started
loved.
me. Yeah, she was well loved. So we'll go with that. She was a weird Pocahontas instead of a weird Barbie.
Oh.
But yeah, just having a big sister and playing with her and her friends. I always got dolls. Um, and then yeah, and then I kind of stopped obviously once I felt like I needed to be I was like too old for dolls anymore, or I was told I was too old for dolls anymore. And I think I kind of started collecting as an adult in like 2016. And I
Oh,
started with
okay. So you had
yeah,
a decent gap in between there.
yeah.
What got you back into dolls in 2016?
What got me back into it was the limited edition Disney dolls. I started off with one of those, and then it was a pretty like contained collection at the time where I was only collecting these. They came out like 3 times a year, maybe. It was like easy to keep up with. And then it eventually, just like all of us, probably derailed into so much more. But I was like, well, if I'm collecting these, I might as well get back into Barbies because that's always what I had when I was a kid. So here I am now.
See, that you bring up a good point about the Disney collector dolls where it's paced out very well. So people can
Hmm.
save, buy the one, appreciate the one, not go over budget. So there
Yeah.
is one thing to be said about collector dolls where, you know, it kind of like controls your collecting
Yeah.
habits a little bit.
Hmm.
Versus like, yeah, I'm right there with you. When it's hard when you see all these other dolls and you're like, it's only $20, it's only $20. Then you end up turning
Yeah.
around and going, wow, I have about $500 behind me. You know, it's just that's an interesting
Yeah.
point, yeah, that you bring up that's like paced out like that. I see that you have a lot of like Barbie and Disney. Is that like
Mhm.
the two things that really that you love in the doll world? Like, is that like your two primary, I guess, picks?
Yeah, I would say so for sure. Like, I mean, I would show you my limited edition corner. It's a little, you know what? It's my room is a work in progress. We have like a little house in the backyard that's like our office slash dollhouse, we call it.
Oh,
So I'm trying to turn it
I
into
love that.
a like Palm Springs pastel, like mid-century modern living room type situation. But furniture is expensive and I can't stop buying dolls. So,
Would rather buy
so it's a
dolls
work
than
in progress.
furniture.
But yeah, so over here I have my like messy pile going on. And then my limited edition Disney dolls here on this like
Wow.
whole wall. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So that's like my main situation for sure.
Oh, I love that. I love that
I
wall. Like to me, it's
love
like
that.
you don't need wallpaper. Just stack up your dolls. I mean, that's honestly.
Right? Well, tell that to my partner because he wants something to change about that wall.
Put them on. We'll
Yeah.
we'll be like, no, 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 no. The dolls are working. I like that, honestly. Like, I love when you just turn around and you just see just like the wall of dolls like that. It's really set up nicely. I love that you have your own little dollhouse though, like in the
I
backyard.
know.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cute.
new. It's new, so it's a work in progress. So I'm excited.
Do you plan on sharing any of that on Instagram, like once it's actually like fully completed? Like, are you gonna do like either a little video or like just like, something? Because I would love to see it.
Yeah, like I'm primarily on TikTok, but I do sometimes carry over things to Instagram. So I do want to do somewhat of a process video as I go.
Oh yeah.
I already recorded like an intro for it months ago, but like I said, I keep not buying things I need to be buying. I just keep buying more dolls. So eventually.
I agree. Don't we? All three of us were all like nodding right now. We're like,
I know, it's so
yeah.
cool. I always wanted just my own little space because like I have them all in my room. So I don't have like a little escape, which I love my dolls, but like just having my own space with just dedicated to dolls is so cool. So I think it's so cool that you have that. I am jealous.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
This
me
I was like
too.
you, I had them all in my room before, and then I moved in with my partner in February, and he gave me this whole like space to do whatever I wanted with. So
Oh, and that's where it starts. Like,
Oh, that's
don't
a
give
win.
me free liberty
Good.
because you already know. You already know what's going in
I
there.
know. Oh my god, I remember when you used to be in your room and like you didn't even know where to put all your dolls. And you're
yeah,
like, I don't have space. They're
I
taking
know. Yep.
over. And when I saw you moved in and you have like all this space, I'm like, oh my god, get ready because you're gonna be like, I need more. I need more. I don't have enough.
Yeah. And it's
I
funny
know.
because my boyfriend Javi, he collects X-Men X-Men Legend figures or Marvel Legend
Mhm.
figures or something.
Yeah.
But he has a very self-contained little like glass case and it's pretty new to him. Like I feel like
Aw.
I opened the floodgates of collecting to him
Mhm.
because before he was very practical and I would say he still is, but now he has a little glass case of action figures where before me I don't think he ever would have bought anything like that, but he's like, you should be like me, just have like one little case and just stick to that. And whatever doesn't fit, then you don't need. And I'm like, talk to me in like 2 years after your collection starts, and we'll see how many glass cabinets you have.
I know those
I
IKEA glass
mean,
cabinets. I started with a few and now I have one wall is nothing but the clear cases. So I'm like, it starts with one and then it's an avalanche afterwards. So yeah, yeah. But that's cool
Do
that
you
you have
have
somebody in
the
your life that's also a collector though that can support it,
yeah,
understand it, maybe not the amount, but definitely can
yeah.
understand the collecting aspect of that. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely a virus that I gave to him, so.
the doll collecting virus.
I
Love
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
Wait, one question that we had for you is like, when you are collecting and when you are picking out your Barbies or Disney dolls, what do you look for when you're picking out a doll? Like, is there something that stands out to you in particular that you're like, oh my gosh, I need that Barbie over, let's say, just another Barbie? Like, what really stands out for you when you go to find a doll?
Honestly, I just go with whatever just catches my eye. I feel like I don't even overthink it too much. Like, I feel like sometimes there's so much conversation about whether a price point is worth something or not. Whereas for me, it's like, I don't know, if I just really gravitate towards it for whatever reason, if I keep looking at the picture, I saw the photo of it, it's stuck in my brain, then I really like it. And it could just be like maybe the face is gorgeous or the outfit is gorgeous, but and
Yeah.
I typically like something not to be maybe too similar to something I already have,
Okay, so
but
that's a little self-control in there. That's good.
yeah, yeah.
I'm the opposite. I'm like, oh, I like spookier looking dolls. I need all of the spooky dolls, but it's a good way though that you're kind of like, you know what, if one looks like another one, it kind of paces out your doll buying. So that's a good idea. I like that. I'm gonna take that as a note for my own personal collecting habits for sure.
Honestly, I don't even always stick to that rule though, but it's something that I try to use. I'll be honest. I try to throw that in there in my decision making, but yeah,
Oh,
I'm not
well, hey,
perfect.
I mean, it so far is containing it to at least just the doll house. At least it's not in your doll, like your space, and then also flooding into your regular like bedroom, bathroom, kitchen. Like,
Right. Yeah.
not
Yeah.
yet, right? Not yet.
Not
No, I
yet.
don't want it to get there. For sure. That's why I have this whole little living room thing. Eventually, it's going to be really cute, and I'll be sure to share it with you guys.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
can't
that.
wait.
I know we love a good
Yes.
makeover, a little tricksy makeover hotel. Like that's what's making me think of right now. And when you said Miss
I know.
Daisy and Barbie, I
Yes.
was
Oh
like,
my god.
Trixie Motel?
Yeah, I know. If I could
Yes.
get Danny Daisy in here to whip this place into shape, that'd be
Oh,
amazing.
I know. That's what I would love. I want to like one day, because we need to manifest. We got to put that energy out. We got to say one day, not if.
Yeah.
I would love that where you just have somebody call in and be like, design me a giant doll house that I can put all of my dolls in, please. And then it just happens. That goals. I wish that
That'd be
Oh,
goal.
amazing. Yeah.
Manifesting.
yeah.
Yeah. And then televise it.
Yeah. Turn into a show.
Yes.
Oh no, I was like, I didn't know if any of you saw like Trixie obviously did the motel show. Now they're doing one for like a house, like they're buying a house
Yeah,
now,
she's
I guess.
renovating her house now for this new season.
Oh, they're gonna have a doll room, right? Is that our guess? I'm guessing there's gonna be a
They
I
doll room
think
have
in the
so.
to.
house.
I don't
They
know.
have to.
Maybe. I saw the first episode and it's kind of like they want to make it as cohesive as possible for both of them, but I think the dolls might stay in the condo because Trixie also has a condo and that's where she films and that's like her space, like what we
Hmm.
want, like our space for our dolls, like that's what she
Okay,
has. So I don't
That
know,
makes sense.
well,
maybe
that's
it's gonna be very
interesting.
pink though. From what I saw, it's gonna be pink for sure,
The
which I
house is?
love.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes,
Oh, I need to
I'm into
watch
it.
it. I didn't know
oh,
that was already start. I knew it was coming out. I didn't
yeah,
realize there was already an episode out. Oh,
yeah.
Is it a
One
week to week
episode.
thing?
Yes, I think it's gonna be
Oh,
one episode per week. Yeah.
I might have to
On
wait till I can binge
Discovery.
it.
I love remodeling shows. I also saw I don't know if you guys saw it as well. I think it's called the Barbie Dream House makeover show.
The
yes.
challenge thing.
Oh my God. That's what I want. I literally just want that house. I want that house. Exactly how it is. I want it. I want it.
Or like the Airbnb things that they did for
Oh,
the
yes.
sweepstakes.
Yes.
Please.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Show me to me, please.
Yeah. Show it to me,
Very
Rachel,
much that.
please.
Yeah.
The way I can't stop saying that all the time.
Oh, mine is the Orlando baby. That's
Yeah.
mine. That's my meme.
Which is so scary to me. I don't know why that baby was like, the baby's too self-aware.
Yeah, definitely reincarnated of something.
Yeah.
But like
You guys like spooky things.
TikTok always chooses a baby of the month to like bully.
Please, that baby is famous and has college money set aside now, probably.
Oh,
Can
well,
go
did
to
you
the
That
Four
baby.
see?
Seasons whenever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did. They got like a free
They
like
yeah,
week
they
or
did.
whatever press thing
Mm-hmm.
because they're like, oh, you gave us so much press. So the family got like a vacation or some package deal. And I was like,
Yeah. If
okay,
Ellen was
baby.
still on, the baby would be on Ellen.
Oh,
Oh my
for sure.
Influencer at such a young age, right? It's
Oh,
like, well, since we're talking about Barbies and Barbie dream houses, and then you are an avid Barbie collector, what do you think the comparisons? Because I also am a Barbie collector as well, and I always compare like my old school Barbies with the new school stuff. How do you feel about them? Do you prefer the old school or do you love the new school? So how are your vibes when it comes to, because there are some very dividing opinions when it comes to like the newer Barbies versus like 80s, 90s, and even the 2000s Barbies.
Well, this is like you said, it's a divisive question, but I am ready for Millie to retire. I will say.
I don't think
Ooh.
that's divisive. I think
Oh
everyone
yeah, a lot
pretty
of
much
Everyone's
likes
on
people.
the same page,
I
Millie.
maybe,
agree.
yeah. I just feel like I don't know, like, and it could just be something about Barbie to me is very nostalgic, and maybe that's why I love her so much. I mean, like shared, I've had dolls when I was a kid, primarily Barbie, and Mattel and Disney were also in partnership back then. So even my Disney dolls, I was like, oh, my Ariel Barbie, my whatever Barbie.
Mhm.
But so maybe it's the nostalgic factor of just like the older Barbie faces versus Millie now, but I just feel like Millie's kind of very lifeless. Like I don't know. Like
I
I
can
don't
see that. She doesn't seem very like when I think of like the 70s or going into the 80s, we had different like like the little side eyes of the original Barbies, and then Malibu Barbie had the tan, like so she had that personality. In the 80s was just like
yeah.
like glam. So
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you mean. Like they each had like that, like you said, like a personality behind it. And I agree. I feel like some of the newer, especially a lot of the fashionistas, et cetera, that are just the Millie face. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if it's the pixelated eyes or what, but yeah, they're just not there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Something's
think
lacking. Something's lacking. Yeah.
especially paired with the more simple fashion that she gets now and just like
Yeah.
Target or Walmart, like those doll lines, which I primarily don't buy from. Um, I just think like maybe the lifeless face mixed with a little bit of the lifeless fashion. It's just, yeah.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
do love the Barbie fashion model collection though, which is making a comeback this year. So they have like the
Yay.
more vintage faces and the silkstone bodies and amazing fashion. So I'm so excited about those. So those are kind of new school, but they're also kind of old school at the same time. So love
Mm,
those.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you
yeah.
on that. I definitely, I'm very much excited that the fashion model dolls are coming back. And yeah, again, I just wonder, we have the nostalgia for those dolls because, growing up and we've seen even all the way up until like, I want to say like 2010, I feel like Barbie had some sass in her still. I wonder if kids today, like, 2024, people buying and having Barbie fashionistas, will they have that same connection, or will they also think the same thing like, oh, I love my Barbie, but they won't feel that attached to her because she doesn't have personality, which I don't know how else to describe
Drag
it.
her. Drag her.
She got nothing. No, I'm kidding. Like it's just like I wonder that sometimes because I'm like, we're again, you mentioned nostalgia, and I think as Barbie collectors, that's the number one here. Like my mom obviously was around when my mom was 9 when the first Barbie came out. So she literally has that nostalgia from day one of Barbie. And yeah, I wonder if kids today will in 20 years go, oh my gosh, I miss my farmer Barbie with the printed on overalls. Like, will they want that? Like, I don't
I
know.
miss my color reveal.
Maybe. Maybe. I mean,
Maybe Mhm.
I do feel that nostalgia attachment to a certain Barbie, like a decade in Barbie, I guess. Because to me, the early to mid 2000 Barbie faces were everything. Like the early on fashionistas, before they had names, they were just like sassy and cutie. That to me is Barbie. Like that to me is glam. It's everything I want it to be. This new Barbie is not what I want to be. It's not what I want to be. She's not giving glam. Like to me, like I love the glam aspect of Barbie, the
Yeah.
unattainableness of Barbie. I feel like I can obtain Millie right now. I just need to throw on a graphic t-shirt, a plain shirt, and straighten my hair and just like,
Yeah.
like I
It's
don't
interesting
know.
though that you say you love the unattainableness because I feel like that's something that maybe Barbie or Mattel thought was a bad thing. And I feel like that's what kind of like slowly led us into where we are now, where they didn't want to have an unattainable image. But I have heard that a lot where like we love like the fantasy of like serving, I mean, I don't want to say the C word, but we love that fantasy.
TUNT.
Yeah. Hmm.
No,
So that's
I
yeah.
agree with both of you on that one. I feel like one thing consistently, even thinking back, like when I was little, like toys are a fantasy. You use it to play, right? So when you're little, how does it translate as a collector when you're older? You look at this Barbie and you're like, oh my gosh, like I want to be day to night Barbie, where I'm in a suit, I flip my dress out, and now I'm in a whole glam gown and I'm ready to go out on the night of the town. I don't have that kind of energy level, right? So as an adult collector, I look at that and go, that's my fantasy, right?
Yeah.
I agree. Will kids have that fantasy of the Barbie in the fashionista with the printed on potato sack dress? Eh, not to defend it, but then in another light, it's kind of like, well, if that's all you know, will you be nostalgic
Yeah.
just because that's the only thing you had? Again, there's so many
Yeah.
different arguments with it.
Yeah.
What will happen the next 10 years? Barbie, I don't know, will change completely again, have another reinvention. But yeah, it's just like I'm the same way. I want my dolls to have that fantasy because it's a part of the play as a collector is to look at your Barbie and go,
Yeah.
look at her in that glam gown, you know? It's just
Yeah. It's kind of like going to the movies. Like it's
yeah.
escapism, really.
Yeah.
Yes. No, yeah, I agree with you guys. I think it also depends how you grew up and all of that. You know, you factor all of that into it. Obviously, for me, that was like peak glam, peak like woman. I say that very loosely. That to me was what I wanted to be when I grew up, what I wanted to look like. The same thing with brats. They were so like out there that to me that was like, oh my God, one day. Obviously, you know, they're dolls. You're not gonna look exactly like that. But I like to live in that high glam world and imagine, like you said, when I played with my dolls, it was like almost things that I couldn't obtain. And it still is, like to me, like things I can obtain, but I can obtain them through the dolls, if that makes
I
sense.
mean,
So
you're looking like Barbie to me right
I
now.
was gonna say you
I
look very
mean,
Barbie right now. I love
I
it. Your hair
mean,
looks so good. I'm over here like
You're filming for the Barbie sequel. You're not
yeah.
telling
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
the Monster High movie, the
Oh
Bratz
yeah.
movie, the
True.
Barbie movie. Yeah.
Can we all just have
And
like cameos, like little background
that's
characters?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You don't
In
have
the
to give me a
background.
line,
Put me in the background.
please.
I'll be a
Girl,
tree.
I was
I'll
girl,
be a tree.
just
not
holding
I
some
was gonna
bleachings in
say.
the background. You're like
Yeah,
the wind blows through you, you know?
like Kimura Hall on season
I was
13.
about to say, okay, Kamara Hall. Full face of makeup and every padded and everything.
Uh,
Oh,
I know. I feel like with Barbie, there's so many different changes that she has been through over the years, and again, I just hope she reinvents herself again. And I do want to see some of that glam come back a little
yeah.
bit. Is there a particular era that is your favorite era for Barbie?
Oh gosh, I feel like it changes all the time as I'm collecting. Like, I'm someone who goes through phases. I'm sure we all are, but I don't know, like I'll get really into the super vintage, and so I'll go maybe antique shopping and I'll find vintage Barbies, and I'm like, oh, okay, like this is out of my price point right now, but I want to save for this. Like I want to establish this era. But then more recently, I've been looking through, I have some like Barbie books even, and I've been looking through, I've been really into the mod era. And I feel like you don't see a lot of mod era Barbies in people's collections. And so I really kind of want to get into those. I only have one so far, this one in the little white outfit up here, but she's a reproduction. So I'd say right now I'm like really into learning about the mod era of Barbie. But yeah, what about you guys? Are you guys even into Barbie at all right now?
Johnny's like, no comment.
I'm like, I have one Barbie. I have like the Barbie movie dolls, and I have one Barbie extra. That's all I have.
The
Oh,
Barbie movie
So I'm
dolls
not.
were a moment.
I am not the
Uh,
biggest Barbie collector. I do appreciate her from far. I don't buy them, but I do appreciate them. I do like the new the Dream Besties. Those are cute though. So I might be picking one of those up.
those are really cute. The artwork is so cute
yeah.
on
Yeah,
Yes.
the
those.
yeah,
artwork
I'm
is so
excited for
cute. We
those.
just got pictures of the box and it looks really good.
They
Oh,
almost have like
yes.
a manga style to the art, I
Mhm.
feel like. And I almost
Mhm.
wish the dolls in the screening leaned a little more into that. Like, I think they're
Oh
cute and I'm
yeah,
excited
yeah.
for them.
Mhm.
But if they had like, if they really
Bigger
went for it,
eyes.
and big eyes, like very kind
Mhm.
of like anime looking, that would have been really unique, I think.
Yeah, I kind of
And
also
so
wish that they pushed
different.
the envelope to having more, like Chloe said, like more fantasy outfits because they're like dream besties, so it's kind of like dream fantasy. So I feel like maybe it could have been their chance to do something where Barbie has like the more regular outfits and these have more fantasy looks. That's something I would
Yeah.
like.
Mm.
Maybe
Maybe
moving
the
Yeah.
forward in the future.
fantasy is like the mall, Wet Seal or something, one of those
Wet seal.
Forever 21 or something. Like that's what the outfits are cute though. I genuinely love the one with the heart top. I do plan on getting one for sure. I mean, we did talk about this in our podcast episode for last time, was where the face sculpts looks like they took the Barbie extra minis and just made them look grown up.
Yeah.
I don't hate them. I definitely don't want to get one. I think they're cute. I love the little accessories and stuff. To me, this is just like another branching out of the Barbie universe, I guess.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll see how long it lasts. But they're definitely trying something different. But I would prefer something more unique, a different bigger eye or something like that. Yeah, I think that would be kind of what I would want.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I agree with that too. I think because it's so out there, they could have really taken it out there,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? With the faces. But I'm excited to see them. I'm definitely gonna get the blonde one because bias. I'm always biased to blondes. But also like I really like the one with the black hair with the heart top.
Yeah.
Renee, I think that's Renee. Yeah, she just reminds me so much of Raquel. Like I miss Raquel. I miss that era of Barbie where like Raquel was this antagonist, frenemy type of situation.
Mhm.
I love that. I live for that. But I'm excited to see what they do. I need to set up my Barbie collection. I haven't set it up. They're like staring at me right there in the corner. I need to buy a bookcase because yeah. But I do love Barbie. I genuinely do. I'm just very picky on the Barbies that I do add to my collection because I want them to mean something. I am mainly looking to buy Barbies from that what would it be like 2006 to maybe like 13 12 era, that era of the fashionistas and the really crazy cute outfit. Like I think that's where I'm staying for now with collecting Barbies. And then just like Barbies that are themed around things that I like the Halloween Barbies. I really love those. And Christmas Barbies and just things like that. And cute like Barbie Extra and Pink and Glam. I think that's where my Barbie collection is at right now. But I still have to set it up. So there will be pictures when it's up. There will be pictures.
Nobody
There
puts
will be a
Barbie in the
video.
corner.
No, she's just right there. Well, I sleep right next to her, so she's always
Oh,
keeping me
okay.
company. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
It's not like it's yeah, it's fine. She's good. She's in good company. She's with the brats.
See what happened,
Oh,
MGA? Like, see, MGA took away the rainbow high quality, and now you're switching out your shelves to Barbie. I know.
Um,
See, they lost someone. They lost somebody right
you
there.
yeah.
gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta
Yeah.
do
I
what you
know.
gotta do.
I love Barbie. Barbie was what got me into doll collecting at a young age with my mom, and her and I are both in. We'll openly admit that we were very insane Barbie collectors. Obviously, I've transitioned to other things within my decades of collecting. Obviously with all the variety. I would say probably 80s and 90s are my favorites though, because that's what I grew up with. Is 80s was when I first started really good Barbie. Ooh. But for me it's just like I love the glam, the pink, the over the
Yeah.
top. And I feel like I see it's so funny, Chloe, that you mentioned the 2000s era. That's when I dipped down. That's when I was like, you know what? I'm taking a pause because I wasn't vibing with her even then. I felt like she started to lose a little bit of that big. I liked him, but I wasn't as into him. And then when it really started dipping over the past 10 years, I really have lost a lot of the like I'll buy Barbie. I have, one or two of the cutie reveals, a couple of the collectors here and there, but I haven't gone full force like I used to do because it has transitioned into that more attainable look, which that I'm not I want my Barbie to maybe have one hoodie, but I don't want them to all be in denim and printed on t-shirts. You know what I mean? Like she'll have her one lazy day, but the rest of the days, heels, stockings, glam,
Yeah.
big hair, makeup, that's what I want most of the time. So
She'll have one hoodie and it'll be Moschino. Okay.
yeah. Oh, the Moschino Barbies. Oh, every time I've seen them for sale, they're so expensive.
I
That
have
part.
one, but I want the other ones.
I know. They have
Yeah,
a
I know.
couple. I do have the
Mm.
one of my most expensive Barbie accessories, which was a gift, is the Barbie Moschino wallet, which is like this big. I have it. And like that little wallet is
Aw.
more expensive than some of my whole entire collector dolls, but it's
Oh my
so cute.
God.
I love it. Just sitting in the dollhouse on the little nightstand.
Oh yes, I love a good designer Barbie moment.
Yeah,
Oh,
designer Barbies are so
oh,
good. I love
oh.
Was
them.
it Casey Musgraves that wore the Moschino Barbie outfit? She looks so
Yeah.
good. She looks
That's the
so
one
good
that I
in the outfit.
have. Yeah.
So good. I love that Barbie. I
Mhm.
love that one. I love the one. I I don't know if there was the first ones, the ones that came with like the black leather moment. Oh my,
So yeah, I want one of those really bad.
Wait, which black leather ones? I'm
someday,
forgetting which ones it was.
someday. They have like black leather, like pieces, and they're like so
Send me pictures.
so good.
My mind is completely
Y-
blank. I'm like,
You need,
I know
yes, you're gonna have to see them. They're so good. I know they came out with a 2-pack with Barbie and I think it was Jeremy, right? Was it Jeremy? It was
I
like,
don't
and
think
they
I've
were
seen that
like,
one.
yeah, they're wearing like colorful, like rainbowy looking outfits, and so like, oh,
it was
so
the Jeremy
good.
Scott, like the Moschino 2-pack. Oh,
Yes,
I think
there's like
I think I'm
three.
remembering. I think I'm remembering.
I think there's like three. There's like three versions of it. That pink pleather outfit, oh, so good though. So good. I'm trying to get the Juicy Couture ones. Those are the ones that I really want. There's 2 sets. I really want those. Those are
I missed
so
that. Okay,
good.
see, right there, you mentioned a bunch of really important,
Oh,
like Barbies with high-end fashion collector themed things, right? Like, like the Juicy Couture
yes.
one, that's so different. And, some of these ones that you can look at, they're so campy, over the top. The Bob Mackie Barbies were so glam, over the top. Now, even with some of the collector pieces, I look at them and I'm like, huh. Like, it's not even a
Yeah.
comparison to what we
Yeah.
had before. And that makes me a little sad too. I miss the things and colors and
Yeah.
collabs and
The glam.
the
The
Hello
glam.
Kitty
High
Barbie. I mean,
glam.
there's just so many fun things. And now
Oh
I
my
look
god.
at her and it's very simple, very
And,
simple.
and even when Barbie does
Mhm.
do a collab with the designer, they don't do a Barbie for it. Like Balmain. I was like,
I'm
where was the
saying,
Balmain Barbie? Like,
oh, don't
I
even get me
hate when
started on
they
that.
make us look at one of a kind Barbies that we're asking for and have been asking for. And they just don't want to give them to us. They want to make them one of a kind and auction them off or just use them for a promo or whatever. And I'm like, why are you dangling this carrot in front of me?
Yes. I still feel betrayed. I still feel betrayed by that because I saw the NFTs and I was like, oh my god, Barbie, she's gonna make a comeback. Glam. Yes, yes. Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is why
Oh,
I'm buying Rainbow High, I guess.
yeah.
Yes. Oh, so good. Oh, I love that.
I miss all of that.
Mm.
Like, it just, we could talk about Barbie. I literally could probably rant about Barbie forever. But a lot of us, though, do collect other things besides dolls. Is there anything else that you collect outside of the doll world?
Oh gosh. I have I was watching one of your videos and another guest that you had on was talking about hot toys. And so I do have hot toys. Um, you have to be a little bit choosier with those because they are pricey, but they do give you a long window to kind of pay for them if you don't want to pay for them all at once. And they do have like Thanksgiving sales sometimes, so I've gotten some that way. But I have like 10 of those. Love them. I
Ooh.
just got a new Wanda. I have 2 different Wandas. I'll buy anything that's Wanda. So I do have a Wanda collection in general. Vinyls. I have a vinyl record collection. But yeah,
Ooh.
Oh, I
that's
love
pretty much it.
that. Yeah, no, I think
Mhm.
it's I've talked obviously I talked to a lot of collectors. And I feel like I've never spoken to a collector that's like, I just collect this one thing. It's always like I collect 3 or 4 things,
Yeah.
5 or sometimes more. And then sometimes you'll phase in and out of collections and stuff. So yeah, that's why I love that question, because I have yet to meet somebody who's like, nope, I just collect this one kind of thing, and that is it.
I just collect Pez dispensers and that's it.
I mean, there actually is a documentary on Netflix about a guy who just collects dispensers that I was
Oh
looking.
wow.
Okay.
Have you guys seen that girl on TikTok that collects the marigold crayon?
Yes.
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 Yeah, I love
Um,
her videos, and like people are always sending things to her. Or like I'll see a TikTok, I'm like, where's the marigold crayon girl? Like I found something for her.
I
I love watching those videos.
I've
see.
only
I
seen
need
the
to talk to
one
her.
video, but yeah.
Oh, I
I
love.
remember seeing that. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I think it was one video where they were, was it thrift shopping or something, and they found like crayons and they bought them because they wanted to look specifically for that shade or something like that. I was like, oh my god, that's like true dedication. I'm like, okay, you go off. I'm not. I'm no one to judge. Go off.
I
Yeah,
would
there are.
love to know what triggered that.
Yeah,
But
like why it was like her nostalgia, has to be nostalgia, right? Like something like when she was a kid, and that was like the one crayon she would always go to or something in the crayon box when she was coloring her. There has to be some connection there or something. I don't know. It's fun.
For
That's
sure.
really good. Really go in there, Johnny. I love that. That was a good brand. Because I have seen people obviously that do hyper focus on collecting. Like I was watching this one documentary on this lady that collects nothing but carrots. So there, yeah, yeah,
Did you
everything
say
like
Carrots.
carrots?
carrot, like a orange carrot, like from
Oh my god.
like, yeah, she said she owns like there's like thousands of pieces of just anything with a carrot on it. So there are people that hyper focus on things, but very rarely have I interacted personally with people who just collect one thing. I think a lot of us do find three or four things that we really enjoy and like and can hop to. I don't know if I could stick with just one thing. I
Yeah.
think it would burn me out a little bit, but
Yeah, because I know you collect sloths. You had a sloth collection, as I had a seal collection. Wow, you could just get a
Pull
sloth.
one out. Yeah, I used to collect piggies, like piggy plushies. I stopped because I had to like downsize everything.
maybe I
I would say dolls is my biggest collection right now, aside from I love collecting physical DVDs to like specific movies I like. So I have like all the Barbie movies like in DVD form. I'm trying to get back to the Bratz DVDs because my sister kept all of those when we were, dividing up our stuff. And yeah, I think those are the only two things right now that I'm collecting, like avidly collecting. Because Mama, even Stitch, I had like a huge Stitch collection, and I had to stop that because I found myself just buying, like even though they're in storage, just buying them and then just like accumulating so much. I'm like, where am I gonna put all this? I don't even have the Stitch collection up. Like, Mama, you need to stop. You need cut the cameras. Very much of that. So,
Can I
yeah.
make a confession? As
Hmm?
a Barbie collector, I need to make a confession. You mentioned the Barbie movies, like the animated ones. I don't think I've seen a single one because it
Just
wasn't
like the
like
current guest.
during that time, like I wasn't buying anything like that. And then also being like a Disney fan too, like I feel like Disney fans have such like an animation like caliber. So it's like hard to like deviate. And so I remember being like a teenager and seeing those and like, oh, like I don't want to watch, I don't like the animation or whatever. But now I regret it because I look back at things now or like the dolls from those movies and I don't have any of them. And I'm like, I should really just like sit down and watch all of these. And I
You
kind of want
should.
to do, because something that I love watching on YouTube is people reacting to movies that I like watching them for the
Me
first time.
too.
I,
Me too.
the amount of times that I've watched people watch WandaVision is sickening. Like, I'm
Oh,
like, are you gonna cry where I cried? So I kind of want to do that. Like, I kind of want to like maybe upload me watching the Barbie movies for the first
you
time
should. Please, please do it.
because I did it on
I will
TikTok with the
I
Monster
will
High
watch that
movies
video.
and people liked those.
Yes.
So yeah.
Johnny, I
Please
think
do
you
it.
should know the YouTuber that Trisha interviewed with glasses, dark hair. Huh?
Ted.
Yes, he did that. He sat and watched every Barbie movie for a week.
Yes, I saw that video. I saw that video.
Oh my
He
Yes,
watched
gosh.
I saw
every
that
single
video.
Barbie movie, and he had to watch some of them twice because he fell asleep through them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he did like a non-stop watching. I think if you do it,
Oh
it would be
yeah.
more than a week.
Nonstop.
I
Let's not
think
do
I
nonstop.
yeah, because honestly, I think that is a way for me personally to connect with some older Barbie movies because I mean it wasn't that old. Not that far off, but I did start collecting a little bit later on in life with Barbies. So watching those movies has such nostalgia for me because I remember watching them when I was little. And every now and then, especially the ones that are themed around like certain holidays and stuff, I like to put them on and just like enjoy them and kind of go back a little bit and just feel that true joy that I felt watching them. And I remember it's gonna get to, personal, but growing up, we didn't have like a lot of money. And one of my favorite things that I loved to do was go to Walmart and dig in the $5 bin, like DVDs. And I would find all these amazing DVDs. And it was a way that I could have a piece of Barbie without having like every single doll from that
Oh.
movie. And so like that's how I started. And I started like collecting them just out of nowhere. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna start collecting. I want them all. I want every single Barbie movie because it's a way in a way, I have every single Barbie doll that associated to that movie. If that makes sense in my mind.
Yeah.
So it's so yes, please react to the Barbie movies. I love them. The animation questionable, yes, but I look past
Yeah.
that. It's just nostalgia. My favorite is Barbie Fashion Fairy Tale. I live, I breathe that movie. Anytime I am having like just a moment where I don't feel good enough with sewing or designing or anything, I put that movie on. And I kid you not,
Aw.
just the intro, it already inspires me so, so much. I love that movie. I could go on and on about that
Oh,
movie.
I
I love
love
it.
that story. That's so
Maybe you
cute.
should react to
Yes.
that movie. Put that on YouTube.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mhm.
Aw,
Yes.
that's so beautiful. See, Chloe bringing the emotions here and making
Yes. But
that.
I also do love watching other people watch things that I've already watched. I think I've seen the Chucky movies,
Oh
the
my gosh,
Scream
I'm the same
movies,
way. I did that with Chucky as well. I am
Final
guilty.
Destination. I think I've
Mhm.
seen those movies at least 30 times now. And my boyfriend is always like, what are you watching? Because he thinks I'm actually watching the movie. And then he hears another voice and he's like, are you watching a movie with someone? Because like we used to do that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, no, I'm watching this movie with this, I'm watching this video of this person watching this movie, but it's like I'm watching it with them. I'm hanging
Yeah.
out with them.
Yeah. And I think for me too, like, I'm not a very social person, like, at all. Like, I get very burnt out quickly with social interactions and, like, going out and hanging out and stuff, or even at work. So it's like, I kind of get that, like, social element of, like, basically, I only watch something that it's like I'm forcing someone to watch something that I want to watch. It's like the joy of just making someone watch something that you want to watch.
Literally
So,
me.
love it.
Literally me. I literally tell my boyfriend, well, they're kind of like my friends. They're just watching a movie
Yeah.
with me. It's kind of sad, but I'm like, I mean, if I want to watch something and nobody wants to watch it with me, I'm like, I'm gonna watch it with someone. Even if they're a stranger on YouTube, like literally, I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I love
And I'm
that. I love
clearly I'm
that.
someone who gets hyper fixated on things. So it's like when I'm really into like a movie or a character or something, I'll literally just like see as many people as I can, like experiencing the joy
Yeah,
that I'm
me.
experiencing.
Mhm.
I feel seen. I feel seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not alone.
Aw, I love all this. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm learning so much about you, Matt, because obviously I am familiar with you. Like I said, you draw the art for the doll awards. I've interacted with you obviously within the doll sphere, but I feel like I'm learning so much more, even about Chloe. I didn't even know all this. I'm like sitting here going, oh, I didn't know all that about you too. I'm like, this is such a learning episode. We love that. But since I mentioned obviously that you drew the doll awards logos, we do appreciate that. We love that. What got you into illustrating? Like, have you always loved drawing? Have you always been artistic?
Yeah. I mean, I talked about hyperfixating, and I'm not joking. I do that a lot, and I have my entire life. Um, I was actually diagnosed early on in childhood with OCD and some other things, but so I do hyperfixate on things. It's just something I've dealt with forever, and so drawing is part of that. Like if I was obsessed with a character or something that I saw on TV or in a movie, like I would have to draw it because it would just like be on loop in my brain. And it's like, if I'm not going to endlessly talk about this thing that I'm into, I'm going to draw it. And it's like, I don't know, it kind of like scratches that itch or whatever. I don't know. So that's always how it was for me. And I think even now, like, I struggle to find time to draw as much as I would like to. And I am like still always growing and like learning from people. But even now, like, I don't have a whole lot of time, so I do typically draw dolls that I'm, like, really into right now or thinking about a lot, and it just kinda, like, gets it out of my brain.
Oh, I love that. That's so interesting. Yeah, I thought you were just gonna say like, oh no, I just like to color. Like I started coloring and then I like got into drawing, and that's so interesting. I really wow. That's cool.
I've never thought of that. I've never
Yeah,
That's
thought
a
I
of
never
long
was
that.
like,
story.
oh wow, like you ever fix it, and then to draw it, it kind of brings like that completeness to you and stuff. Wow, that taking drawing
Yeah.
to a deeper level. I love that. Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
And near the end of every episode, we always do our out of the box segment where we pick something, whether it's doll related, not doll related, something that we're doing that week that we want to share with everybody so they get to know us a little bit better. So, Matt, what is something that you're fixated on, working on, doing this week that you'd like to share with everybody?
I mean, I am trying to draw a little bit more. Like I said, I don't do it as much as I'd like to, so I'm working on some things. But then also just like this room, like I said, I'm trying to mix a really Barbie pastel Palm Springs vibe, Trixie Motel vibe room for myself, and so kind of just really focused on that, honestly. But also, Sabrina Carpenter just came out with a new song, so that's on repeat. So
Oh, really? Jeez, I'm like out of the loop on everything. Dream Besties has their box reveal today. Missed that somehow. New songs coming out. Missed that somehow. I'm like, I am under a rock over here, evidently. Who's your favorite pop singer? Do you have a particular singer that's your favorite? Now that you mentioned Sabrina Carpenter, I'm like, oh, let me ask that.
I mean, not to be basic, but I'm a Swiftie. I'm a pretty hardcore Swiftie. I love her so much. It's like she just has such a vast, amazing discography at this point that it's hard to listen to anything else. But very much a Taylor Swift fan. But I'm very much a Fleetwood Mac fan. If we're
Oh,
talking just like old school, like
Stevie Nicks.
probably will, yeah, forever. I think Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks will be my favorite everything. Dreams is my favorite song ever. Just never get tired of it. Anytime it comes on in a store or something, I'm like, everybody shut up. Dreams is on.
Oh,
What about you guys?
I love Stevie Nicks. Yes, and so we were just talking about like how yesterday we love American Horror Story Coven, and Stevie Nicks was in that as
Yes.
well. Oh, so
Mhm.
good, so
So
good.
I'm not like really big into spooky things usually, but anything witchy, I love. I mean, Scarlet Witch, Stevie Nicks, American Horror Story Coven, like anything witchy, obsessed.
Yeah.
Me too. Concur. Agree. Love the
Same. Period.
The movie The Craft really shaped me in those years, for sure. I think back and I'm like, why did I dress like that? Why did I have that? And I actually, if sorry, side, we're going into a tangent right now, but like everyone's probably familiar with the movie The Craft. There's four girls, the main characters, Nancy, the insane one, and I literally would wear like and I have pictures, I have photographic evidence on printed paper, and I would have like a white button up shirt like she had with the little schoolgirl like skirt and stuff. And we did not, I went to a public school, but I purposely would wear that because I was like, I love that. And I did.
Mhm.
Yeah. I love witchy things too. That's awesome. I didn't know that about you. Oh my gosh, I'm learning so much. We're learning so much about Matt today.
I also
I
nervous talk, so
mean,
I'm probably just like dumping information at you guys. So
we'll take it. We'll take it. Give us all the
Yeah.
information. Give us all the
That's why I'm so
information.
glad that we're now kind of expanding our podcast and bringing in other people and, showcasing more different doll collectors and different sides to different doll collectors in the doll community. So thank you so much for being a part of our official second guest. I mean, we've had our friends on, but I mean, official second guest
Yeah.
on our podcast. And we hope to do this more and bring more of you people out there, doll collecting people, on here to talk to all of us. So
yeah, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I had so much fun. I literally the first time I saw you was like watching your YouTube videos, and now we became friends. And now we have you here on the pod. Like
Yeah,
it's like
I'm
a
grateful that
full
it started.
circle moment.
Yeah, yeah. I think Johnny, Krista, and Chloe were like the first people that I spoke to, or that spoke to me in the doll community. So we go way back at this point.
We
We do.
adopted you.
We do.
We haven't
I don't
had
even
a
remember.
FaceTime movie night in a long
Oh, we need to get
time.
back on that.
Clock that tea. Clock that tea.
I like how Matt was like, it's just like you guys are the first people I got to hang out with and talk to. And Chloe's like, I don't remember that.
I was gonna say I don't remember exactly how we started like talking. I don't
I don't
remember
either,
that.
though.
I feel like it could have been just like a random like message or it's always something random because that's how me and Johnny met. It was just like a random, like he followed me and we started talking, and then one day I went live and he's like, I'll go live with you. And I'm like, oops, I'm not following you yet.
And then one day I opened the door and she's on my footsteps. She's just there.
It's crazy that you guys live so close together too.
We do. He's practically next to me.
Oh, mood reveal.
Flies over your chair.
Yeah. I know. It's really like that's why I love the doll community, because I never thought I would find like such a large group of people who, yes, also like collecting similar things to me, but who also are so different, yet you get along with so well. And then like you find out that they literally live like 10 minutes away from you. That's just like wilder. Like that's just yeah, I love that.
Aww,
Yeah.
beautiful. Look at that,
Yeah.
all emotional here. Just oh, well, thank you so much, Matt from the Doll Aisle. Also, check them out on TikTok, Instagram, everywhere where social media is available. And thank you again so much for being here and talking with us. And like I said, click the links in the description below. I will add all of your socials on there. So if anybody out there would like to check out Matt. So thank you so much for being here. And
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Round of applause.
bye, everyone.
Cue the applause.
Yes, I will add applause to the end of this video. I mean, what do you mean? There's a live audience in front of us right now.
Yeah.